Hi everybody, this is our Spotify Premium Chase model presentation. For an introduction, we have Spotify Premium being the leading internet music streaming service as of 2016. Music streaming services provide users with access to millions of artists and songs, and most streaming services use computer algorithms that predict what song you would like to hear next. This includes Spotify and Spotify Premium. Most of these streaming services offer free accounts powered by ads and premium ad-free accounts, and we're going to be focusing on the premium version of Spotify. So, a brief history about Spotify itself. In 2006, Lortzson and Eck founded the company in Sweden in their apartment by using their own funds. Spotify was launched in 2008 in Europe by the CEO Daniel Ek and Martin Lortzson, and came to the US market in 2011. Spotify as a whole boasts total subscriber count of over 100 million, and 40 million of them being paid or premium users as of this year, 2016. Spotify's main competitors are Apple Music, Beats, Radio, Rhapsody, Google Play, and Tidal. So looking at the chart in the right-hand corner, we can see the price, amount of content, and compatibility. If we look here, we see that Spotify has the only one of two free to $10 and 30 million tracks, and is compatible on all devices. This allows it to get to all the consumers. Users prefer Spotify because of its flexibility of custom playlists and ability to listen to music offline and high quality audio speeds. Now these offline is only available for premium users. Spotify is also, like I said, available on multiple platforms and available on the web itself. Currently, Spotify is available in many countries, 66 to be exact, and it is advertised to be available on all devices, from computers to wearables. Spotify is committed to making its service readily available for all, and we can see that they are doing that just here. Oops. So affordability. This chart shows the major streaming services and the options that they provide. Spotify is on par with most of the other services as far as price, and Spotify offers additional features that others don't get. You basically get more for your money with Spotify. So if we look a blown up picture of this, we have Spotify, same price monthly, free option. Only Google Play has the free option. Trial period, 30 days, which is pretty good. Apple Music gives you a little longer. More than 30 million advertised library size. So it's the only one that's the most. I mean, tens of millions is whatever. You don't know how much that is. The bit rate is a little bit lower than Tidal, but that is just your quality. So you sacrifice a little bit, but it's not noticeable to most people's ears. There is a family plan for an additional $5 a month on Spotify. You get, let's see, 5 additional lines, so 6 total. Same for Apple Music, but the rest of them aren't quite as on par. Student discount. Also, we have only Spotify and Tidal doing a student discount, and Tidal's is only, let's see, $10, looks like. No military discount except for Tidal. It has offline listening for both mobile and desktop. The only other one is Amazon Music that does that. Radio stations, podcasts, music videos. Basically, Spotify's got a lot going for it, and it is one of the cheaper options. So usefulness. For less than $10 a month, you can get access to millions upon millions of songs. You You can also customize playlists and download those playlists to your phone for offline use. Instead of buying whole albums and keeping libraries full of songs that you won't listen to, you have all the access you need and not the extra you don't. So, after using Pandora 1 for 2 years, I am now signing up for Spotify for this project. I can honestly say I've been missing out on customization of my music choices, and this is a direct quote of our team member Joel Higgins. So quality, we have the current plan for ad-free premium access is $9.99 a month. For students with an EDU email account, that's everybody that's watching this probably, the price is $4.99 a month. And as of now, 2016, most websites have Spotify ranked as number 1. Apple Music would be the closest competitor right now as far as song selection, nearly 30 million songs, and for the same student price, but not on the same level as Spotify yet. Based on the charts provided in the previous slide, Spotify is in the same price range as all close competitors. It offers more options for the user than most as well, such as offline listening. Streaming media is the future of music industry, and it will all be digital within the next 10 years. Because, ask yourself, how often do you use a CD anymore? The only thing I can see that combats this in the music industry is records, and that's for collectors, and it's not going to take off for the mass crowd. Future value. It is easily accessible on all devices, both old and new, which makes it great. You can load a Spotify app on your old iPhone 1 if you're still rocking it, and be able to run Spotify. You get new songs and albums added regularly, and for the artists that you follow, you would even get a notification when new content is available. And only $9.99 a month is affordable, and if it stays affordable in the future, it will retain all of its value, or most of it. So selectivity. Spotify does have millions of songs in its database. It has pre-made playlists based on user song preferences that are available, and users can make their own playlists. So it's completely customizable for the user. Users can also stream music from a phone, computer, and download as much as they want for offline listening. Users can skip as many songs as they want and remove them from future playlists as they choose as well. Spotify is available on pretty much any digital device, and the apps can be downloaded for smartphones, televisions, computers, gaming devices, and can be controlled by some of the new car stereos for easier access while driving. As far as flexibility is concerned, all playlists and preferences are saved across all connected devices on an account, so it's easy to go from listening on your phone on your way home to turning on the TV and continue listening exactly where you were in the song when you left your car. I sometimes use this to scare my dog when I'm coming home. I have my music playing and I'll turn it on my computer and it'll start playing before I get in. She's still not fazed. I guess I'm not doing it right. Spotify has millions of songs across all genres and eras, and it's very, very true. As a longtime user, I rarely come across something I can't find when searching on Spotify. And you can create playlists for any mood you can think of and any event. I've used it to create wedding playlists, I've used it to create best covers ever playlists, 80s playlists, anything you want. Sleep music, study music, and something can be found for anyone and everyone, based on whatever they like in music. Permanent playlists can be created of person's favorite songs, and one-time playlists can be shuffled through to discover new music. This is apparent in the Spotify playlist called Daily Discovery and Weekly Discovery, where as a premium user, it will generate a playlist based upon what you've saved, what you've listened to, giving you familiar and new music. And music can always be streamed or saved offline to be listened to when you're in the middle of the Uintas. Personal preferences are saved across all devices, and family accounts are available that allow up to 6 people to make their own playlists, separate from everyone else, so that everyone in the family can listen to whatever music they want, whenever they want, at the same time. Spotify, though, can be slow if your device is not fast enough. On a computer, the program takes longer than usual to completely shut down, and after initiating a close, Spotify will disappear from the taskbar, but it will remain running in the background for 30 seconds or so. A quick fix for this would be to keep Spotify in the taskbar and show some sort of progress while whatever is occurring to complete the close finishes up. An example of Spotify being slow responsive-wise is if your internet connection is not fast enough or your device is not fast enough, you can get some lag in the search box when you're trying to find something. You'll completely type the name of the band and it will slowly load every single letter. This can also get worse the longer the program's open. With a new device, though, users don't typically run across this problem. So it does make, or can make, for a bad user experience if the user finds a desktop app running in a task manager and it is not running or showing that it's run in a task tray. Simplicity. So when ready to start playing music, the player is extremely simple to use. There are no difficult functions to wrap your head around, nor is there a manual to study. As you can see in the screenshot over here, the left part of the player is pretty much like any other player. You got play, which is a pause when it is playing. You have a volume control, and you have go back and go forward. And then on the other end are the two familiar functions of a music player. You have, you can't see it in the screenshot, but I believe it's right there, a shuffle and a repeat button. Now you can either repeat song or repeat album with the repeat option, and then of course the green line here is your progress through the song. So it's pretty much just like any other media player. So currently, Spotify users that are using it for free can pay 99 cents to upgrade to premium service for 3 months, which is a great deal. So if you're on the fence about seeing if Spotify Premium is all you can eat kind of deal that works for you, this is a good time to try it. It should also be noted that college students, again, get half off premium service. When signed up for premium service, the user will typically get the first month for free. After the first month, the user will then have to pay $9.99 per month, or $4.99 if you're a student. The big difference between their free service and their premium option is that you can listen to your own playlists offline. By default, Spotify is pretty open and will show the people who follow you exactly what you're listening to, but there's a quick fix to hide your more embarrassing music choices. So if you're logged into Spotify and don't want to announce to your friends that maybe you're feeling nostalgic and wanted to listen to the complete catalog of the Spice Girls, you just follow these easy steps. You go to your preference setting, either on the app or on the desktop. Control P will get you there on a desktop. At the top, you'll see activity sharing section. You can make yourself anonymous on Spotify. You can also do it temporarily just by clicking the down arrow, the drop menu, next to your profile icon, and just choose private session. But remember that if you want to maintain a private session, you'll have to repeat that every time you launch the app, whereas the preferences version is more permanent. You can always change that back, but you have to go in and manually do that. Appropriation. Spotify has a privacy policy that states that all information collected is related to providing the Spotify service and its features better to its users. The company states that in some contexts they will share certain information. Also, Spotify Premium will share some de-identified information with music industry partners to help them understand how their content that they license is performing, and also marketing promoters or partners who will help with promotional efforts. So, for example, on this top bit, the company states that in some contexts they will share certain information. If you sign up through or for Spotify through a third party like Facebook or mobile provider, they will share some information with them, and they share some information with Spotify in order to enable your account. There may be times when you want to share your information too, like when you make a playlist, you might want those playlists to be visible to your friends. Users can also ask us to share information with artists or record labels or other partners who may want to directly send the user news or promotional offers. The user at any time can revoke these permissions as well. So let's go on to channels. So, universality. At home, to access Spotify, you can either use a wireless internet radio receiver, such as Sonos, any computer or tablet, as long as it has internet access, or a smart TV with internet access. You can access it on your smartphone with either a data plan or Wi-Fi, and then also in an automobile that has an internet receiver built into it with a service plan for that internet receiver. So all these devices connect to the internet, which is the universal channel. But also, as soon as playlists or albums are saved for offline mode, they can be accessed without internet connection. Spotify Connect, for connectivity, is a feature that enables you to play your tunes from Spotify's catalog through Wi-Fi connected speakers, TVs, laptops, and other devices. The Spotify app on your mobile device or on computer acts as a remote control for the speakers. So like I was saying, when I scare my dog, I just open up the connect option and connect it right to my computer, PC, or my wireless speakers. It must be noted that you need to have a Spotify Premium subscription in order to use Spotify Connect. Addressability. Spotify Premium uses the IP address to connect to the internet, the website, and the program. It also uses a username and password, which is how users identify themselves on the system. So pretty much just like any other sign-in service, you have a username, password, that's where your information's saved, that's how other people know you. This can be used through Facebook as well. The computer access menu shows what the users you follow. The computer access menu shows the users that you follow and their recent listening history. So I can open it up and see that Joe Snow just listens to Box Third, and I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll listen to that. Or Michaela Smith just listened to a podcast that looked interesting. So as a user, you can also share songs or playlists on most social media outlets. These are shareable either with a direct clickable button or a link. Moving on to content. So, Spotify is non-linear. There is no endgame, and it contains nearly unlimited paths to explore that sometimes end up enveloping into themselves. Spotify Premium is hyper-extensible. It contains layers of links, so you can explore deeper and deeper into related music. One of my favorite things to do is to find new artists by clicking on an artist I like and then going into the suggested artists link, and it opens up 30, 40 different artists where I can just preview play or go right to their profile and see what they have to offer. Spotify Premium is directly editable. You can create, edit playlists, radio stations with either deleting songs or thumbs downing songs. Spotify Premium is multi-sensory. You can see it, you can hear it, and you can touch it if you got a touchpad. Spotify Premium is interactive. You have a thumbs up and thumbs down rating system. Transparency. Spotify Premium is open technology that works seamlessly across all platforms, PC, Mac, smartphones, and other smart devices, across most browsers, including Firefox, Internet Explorer, Safari, smartphone browsers, Chrome, pretty much any browser, and across several devices: desktop, laptops, tablets, smartphones, smartwatches, iPod touches, as long as it has a internet connectivity ability, some sort of Wi-Fi. Personification. Spotify Premium is customizable based on user preferences. Spotify Premium allows the customer to listen to what they want by allowing playlist creation and radio stations and searching. Spotify Premium tracks the consumer's habits by using the thumbs up, thumbs down, the playlists and radio station and search options and choices. Spotify Premium generates daily and weekly playlists based on thumbs up and thumbs down playlists and radio station choices, and also search choices. This is where I was talking about the Discover Weekly and daily playlists that they offer. Moving on to stakeholders. Concentration. Spotify Premium does not belong to any of the major media conglomerates. Spotify Premium is a product or service of Spotify AB. This is the company that originally founded it from Sweden. Spotify AB has not made an initial public offering as of November 2016, but they promised that its new investors will receive a 30% discount on shares when it does actually have an IPO. So because there has not been an IPO, Spotify AB ownership is still private. Spotify Premium has formed more than a few partnerships and alliances. So we have with Sonos, they have a direct downloadable application for your Sonos player to be able to access Starbucks, or to be able to access Spotify Premium. They have a partnership with Starbucks, which is a large international coffee shop chain, where they allow Starbucks members to have free premium memberships as long as they use it for work. And with Tinder, a popular dating site and app, they have, instead of just swiping, you can also explore what sort of music your potential match listens to while on Spotify. And also with Last.fm, which is another streaming service, but the two of them allow you to sync each other's system into each other, if that makes sense. Last.fm offers concerts, multimedia, music streaming, music videos, and the two bounce off of each other and allow the user to use their activity on both platforms to generate a more customizable, personalized music experience. So globalization. Spotify Premium is global. It's international. It's offered in 20 different languages and in 66 countries around the world. Demassification. Spotify Premium pays attention to its users and uses their listening behavior to generate a unique, changing, personalized set of ideas for new radio playlists and song selections. Spotify Premium is a demassified service based on the following. Spotify Premium users are split into small groups with similar tastes based on the genres of music that they prefer to listen to. This helps Spotify make informed micro decisions on what the group may be into. Producers and other media outlets do not control the timing of the music. Most of the control is given to the user. Spotify's only control is that they can control what is next based on listening habits. But even then, that can be downvoted or skipped. Users can listen and subscribe to other users' channels and playlists. Users can also live chat with other users, offering musical suggestions or any other small talk. Users can also collaborate with each other to make joint playlists. So in conclusion, Spotify Premium offers a service enjoyed by many users, 40 million to be exact, and boasts the highest number of paid users for any musical streaming service. Spotify is dedicated to getting its service out to anyone on any platform. And by continuing to be privately owned, corporate endorsements are not pushing certain artists or songs, keeping Spotify a fairly neutral listening environment. Spotify is available internationally and in many different languages. It also allows its users to listen to saved songs while outside of internet and mobile services. Spotify Premium is an affordable service at $120 a year and $60 a year for students, with sign-up perks like 99 cents for 3 months or a free month for your first month of usage. Overall, Spotify Premium offers everything music streaming service and meets and exceeds the needs of its customers.